Hello everyone, Night Zookeeper Josh here, and I'm going to tell you all about Night Zookeeper, the card game. This is a brand new game that you can get that feature all of your favourite Night Zookeeper characters, and maybe even your own. So, when you open the pack, you should have 3 different types of card. There are animal cards, there are monster cards, and there's an HQ card. It's a special card. So, when you look at these animals, you will notice that they have different attributes. Draw, write, sing, act, game, and dance. And then they have different numbers next to it, and that's their score for each of those. There's also a number in the bottom right-hand corner. That's its victory point value. Now on the monster cards, these are the ones that are black and white. They are only have one attribute. So the one on the front here, draw 2, is an example. Now that's its weakness. So you'll need an animal with 2 or more to defeat that void. You'll also notice that the void cards have a victory point value of their own. That's 2 there in the bottom corner in that little gold, and a story power, in this case a setting. Whenever you defeat a void, you can write a story about the story power that you collect. So you could write a story about Volume Volcano. Now the HQ card is used for an advanced version of the game. I'm going to talk to you today about the basic version, but just put it to one side. Right, first job, separating the animals and the monsters. Remember that's the black and white cards from the color cards. Shuffle them and pick the top 8 cards from both packs. So you've got the top 8 cards from both packs, and then you shuffle them and you make a zoo. So you can make a zoo in any shape you like, but the point is that all 16 cards are face down in front of you. I should say that at this point, you can play Night Zookeeper cards on your own, or you can play it with friends, but it always starts with making a zoo. So you've made your zoo in front of you, and then you've picked up 3 cards from the top of the remaining animal card deck. Call it the animal pack. So these are the 3 cards that are going to be traveling around with you as you explore the night zoo. And that's really easy to do. All you have to do when you've set up your zoo and you've picked your 3 cards is turn over a card from the zoo. So you're teleporting to that part of the zoo, you turn over a card, and in this case, you've found an animal. So it's Lily. You can see Lily's got all these different strengths and abilities and is also worth a certain number of victory points. Whenever you turn over an animal, you've got a really simple choice. Do you want to swap one of the cards in your hand for the animal that you've just turned over? So let's have a look. Lily is really good at acting and writing. I've got a few cards that are pretty good at acting and writing, but the other thing that I've just noticed is that Lily's worth 4 points if she's in my zoo. So at the end of the game, you're going to count up all of those little golden numbers on the bottom right of the cards, and any card that's in your zoo is worth the number of points. So Lily's probably worth more to me in my zoo than outside my zoo. Let's see. There we go. So the player has left Lily in the zoo. The next time they turn over a card, if you're playing with other players, you'll take it in turns. But if you're playing on your own, you'll just go ahead and turn over the next card, and you'll see that, you've turned over a void. So this is a level 1 void. Draw 2 is its weakness. So what have we got here? We've got a time-traveling elephant in our hand and Lucy Lollipop in our hand. So both of them have sufficient draw strength to defeat this void. We're going to pick one of them to kick the void out of the zoo. So the void has now been kicked out of the zoo, and in goes Lucy Lollipop. So Lucy Lollipop is worth 2 points in my zoo now, alongside Lily. So I've got 6 points in my zoo. I've also got a little victory point pile where all of my defeated voids go. So remember, they've got point value and they've also got story power. So at the end of this game, every void that you've defeated, you're going to have a whole bunch of ideas for writing a story, and you're also going to have more points to add up to your final total. Now, after you've put Lucy Lollipop into your zoo, because she was successful at defeating the void, you get to pick up another card from your animal pack. So a new card comes into your hand. Here we go. We've got 3 cards in our hand. We've continued to play, turning over cards each turn. And in this case, I've just discovered a rather scary looking animal. It looks, rather scary looking monster. It's a V3, so it's a level 3 void, whose only weakness is really powerful writing. And I can see that unfortunately, despite being incredibly cute, none of my cards have write for Now in this situation, you have to pick one of these adorable little critters to be captured by the void. And that means that you place one of those cards underneath the void in your zoo. That void is stuck, it's in your zoo, I'm afraid. The other tragedy here is that you don't get to pick up another card from your animal pack, which means that you now only have 2 cards left, 2 animals left to explore the zoo with. If you run out of cards, then I'm afraid you've run out of goes, and you just count up all of the animals that you've managed to get and turn over in your zoo, and all of the voids that you've managed to defeat. So you really don't want to run out of cards. You keep going. This player's managed to survive. They haven't lost to another void, so they've got all of those defeated voids on the left-hand side there. That's their pile, victory point pile, and they've got all of these animals into their zoo apart from that annoying void that managed to defeat us earlier. What you do at the end of the game is you count up all of those points, so that gold circle, add up all those numbers, count them up, and then add it to all of the points in your victory point pile. Those 2 totals get added together, and that's your final score. If you're playing with friends, then it's whoever scores the most wins. If you're playing on your own, try and beat your score every time you play. So that was an explanation of the most basic version of Night Zookeeper cards. I hope you have really good fun playing it. I've been Night Zookeeper Josh. Watch our channel for more videos and explanations of some of the more in-depth strategy and for announcements of new collectible Night Zookeeper cards. Thank you very much.